Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hey babe. Today's video is going to be all about foundations. Finding foundations for oily skin can be like quite a struggle sometimes. It's either the foundation is too cakey, it's too matte, it's not matte enough, or maybe you don't get your right shade and things like that. So I am going to be sharing with you guys my top 5 foundations for oily skin, and these foundations are going to be dark skin friendly as well, for my dark skin babes like me. So let's get started. The first foundation I'm going to be talking about is this Juvias Place I Am Magic foundation. This is the Juvias Place I Am Magic Velvety Matte foundation. I love this foundation so much. It works great for oily skin. It's not cakey to me. I'm speaking from experience, by the way. It is very nice. This foundation is like so full coverage. Like, this is the foundation I use when I want to look like bit like a full glam look. This is the foundation I go to because it lasts a lot. Like, it lasts me all day, even without blotting or powdering up and all that. This foundation stays. Some people can find this foundation drying. Me personally, I don't. I just make sure to moisturize properly underneath and use maybe a light matte primer instead of like a very heavy mattifying primer. It's really thick, so a little bit goes a very long way. So you don't really need too much, you just need a little bit. I've had this one for quite a while now and I still have some more. Even if I'm almost out of, I still have some inside. So yep, definitely check this out. I think this retails for around $20 or $25. I'm going to put the price on the screen as well. So yeah, if you have oily skin and you want a foundation that lasts all day long for you, to check out the Juvias Place I Am Magic Matte foundation. The shade range is quite extensive also. I think they have a lot of shades. That's just what I know. They have a lot of shades. So if you want to try it out, you should check the Juvias Place website. I'm going to leave links of all these in the description box as well. And they have a shade matcher on the website, so you can check that out and get your right shade for this foundation. The second foundation I'm going to be talking about is the Fenty Beauty Pro Soft Matte Foundation. This foundation is like one of my favorite foundations of all time. You can see it's finished basically. I've run out. Fenty Beauty, if you see this video, sponsor your girl and send me some foundation, okay? So I really love this foundation. When it came out, there was a lot of mixed reviews about it. Even till now, there are still some people that swear that they hate this foundation. The foundation is too dry, it is too matte, it doesn't blend well, and it's the complete opposite for me. Like, this foundation blends like a dream for me. It is matte enough to the point where it keeps my skin like matte. It doesn't make my skin oily. It is quite full coverage. It's not as full coverage as the Juvias Place one, but it's quite full coverage. So I guess different strokes for different folks basically. But this foundation, it is really nice. I really love it. Like, and they have a lot of shades. Like, Fenty Beauty really came through with the shade range for this foundation. I think they have around 50 shades of, if I'm not mistaken, 50 shades or so. I'm going to put the price of this foundation on the screen. I think it's around $35. I don't know if the price has increased or reduced, but that was the price I got it when I got it, and it is so nice. This particular shade on my skin tone, like, it's like the perfect match. This is one of the first foundations that I used that really matched me perfectly. Like, the right shade, the right undertone, everything perfect. When you're using this, just make sure to use a soft matte primer as well. Okay, it is liquidy, it's not so thick, but it's really nice. Blends very well, great coverage and all that. A lot of shade for my dark skin baddies, so you can check their website out. They also have a shade finder or shade matcher on their website, so you can check that out and get your correct shade, get matched properly, and get your right shade and undertone. I'm also going to leave the links in the description box. The next foundation I'm going to be talking about is the Zikel Cosmetics Pro Matte High Definition Foundation. This is what the foundation looks like. This foundation, it says Pro Matte Foundation, but this is actually a soft matte foundation in my opinion. I have oily skin. I judge a foundation by how long it wears on my skin. Let's say if a foundation can get me from, like, say 5 hours, for 4 to 5 hours without looking oily, okay, I know, okay, this is a good matte foundation, this is okay, it's a soft matte foundation. Then if a foundation can get me from like 6 to 8 hours without me needing to touch up or without my face looking too oily, then I know that's a good matte foundation. Like, that's a pro matte foundation. This for me is a soft matte foundation. The Juvias Place foundation for me is a pro matte foundation. This for me can get me for like 4 hours without looking oily, and it is quite good. It's quite cheap. This is a cheap foundation. Like, Zikel Cosmetics is a Nigerian brand, by the way, so this is a cheap foundation. I'm going to put the price on the screen. It is quite cheap and it blends really well. That's one thing I love about this foundation. I really like this foundation. Like, if you've been watching my videos on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, wherever, I swear by this foundation. If your skin is extremely oily, for me, I have oily skin, but I don't think my skin is extremely oily. If you have extremely oily skin, I'm sorry, this might not work for you. But if your skin is just moderately oily, then if you have combination skin, this foundation is going to be very, very good for you. So maybe if you have just oily T-zone and the rest of your face is dry, you'd love this. If your skin is normal, you'd love this. This foundation I'm going to be talking about is the Maybelline Superstay foundation. I really, really like this foundation. The coverage, the long wearability of it, I really, really like. This is the Maybelline Superstay complete coverage or full coverage foundation. This is such a good foundation for dark skin, for oily skin. You are going to love this. Like, it is so full coverage, and it's very lightweight. It doesn't feel cakey or heavy on the skin, and a little bit goes a long way as well with this foundation. The only thing with this foundation that I don't really like is the shades. I don't think they have enough shades for dark skin, to be honest. I think they only have like maybe 15 to 20 different shades. That's even if they have up to 4. Correct me if I'm wrong or if I'm talking rubbish. I'm going to do my research. But yeah, they don't have a lot of shades. And this foundation, I like it. I like the shade, but the undertone is a bit off. It looks quite neutral, or like, I don't know, somewhat. It looks very cool on me. I have a warm undertone, but this foundation looks very cool and very neutral. So it's not the right undertone, but it is the right shade. If you can see it, like, it's actually the right shade. And on the bottle, from the bottle, it doesn't look like it's so cool, but it is actually cool toned. If you want to get this foundation, just make sure you get shade matched properly before you buy it. I would not advise you buy this foundation online if you're trying it out for the first time. I discovered recently that they've discontinued this particular version of the Maybelline Superstay. They came out with another one that is I think Maybelline Superstay 30 hour wear, something like that. And I've read reviews that said the 30 hours wear foundation is too matte. This one is not so matte. It's like a soft matte foundation. So this, I could compare this with the Zikel foundation. It's not so matte, but it's great for oily skin as well. If you use a very good mattifying primer, this is going to last you a long time. The issue is that you might not really get this particular one to buy. You might only get the 30 hour wear foundation. I don't know who is wearing their foundation for 30 hours. Like, what was the logic behind that? Who's wearing their foundation for 30 hours? You know what 30 hours is? 30 hours is like one day and maybe like almost the half of another day. Who's wearing their foundation for that long? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Maybelline, if you're seeing this video, fix this, fix up, okay? Nobody's wearing their foundation for 30 hours. Why are you giving us a 30 hour wear foundation? One thing I'll advise you to do, if you're getting the 30 hours wear, make sure you moisturize properly underneath it. Moisturize very, very well underneath it, and don't use a primer that is too matte. Use like a soft matte primer. So yep, that's it about this one. Now the last foundation I'm going to be talking about, I don't have it here because I haven't tried it personally. But I have read a lot of reviews, and I have friends that have used it and they swear by it, and that's the Huda Beauty Faux filtr foundation. That foundation, like, I've had my eyes on it for a very long time. I just don't know why I haven't gotten around to buying it. So great for oily skin, full coverage, matte, lasts long, waterproof, sweat proof, cry proof, everything proof. Like, that is a very nice foundation. I have people that have tried it and they swear by it, and they claim that foundation lasts really long. It's very matte. I think it's almost as matte as the Juvias foundation, and that's actually a good thing for me. I'm going to be getting that foundation very soon. I'm sure of that. I'm going to get that foundation very soon. But Huda Beauty, if you see this video, you can also send me. I would appreciate it. So yeah, that's the last foundation I'm talking about, the Huda Beauty foundation. And the Huda Beauty foundation has a lot of shades. Like, their shade range. They also recently discontinued the original Faux filtr foundation, and they upgraded the formula, and people say the upgraded formula is even as good, if not better, than the first foundation. So yeah, you can try out the Huda Beauty foundation if you can get your hands on it. I'm going to leave the link to all these foundations in the description box and the prices on the screen as well. Don't forget to comment down below which of these foundations you've tried, which you haven't, which you like, which you don't, and you know, all that. Also subscribe to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, and share my videos with your friends. If you guys want me to do another video like this, maybe for concealers or powders or setting powders, you know, things like that, let me know. Until next time, bye.